Hello everyone, my name is Ray Chan and I'm the technical winemaking support for Enartis Pacific. Today I'm presenting a harvest wine style guideline based on Enartis products, targeting the production of a premium tier Cabernet Sauvignon. So what defines a wine style? First of all, as the chemistry parameter and pool of aromatic precursors in each variety varies, varietal characteristics have a very important factor on the final wine profile. Aromas and flavors are next. For Cabernet Sauvignon, this could range from underripe green characters to heavily oaked savory style. Acidity and actual and perceived sweetness both contribute to the overall balance of the wine. Mouthfeel can relate to structure, weight, ripeness of tannin, and polyphenol profile, level of glycerol and polysaccharides in wine. And lastly, the general impression based on established perception of a wine style of a variety. This can be either Old World versus New World, Californian or Napa style Cabernet Sauvignon versus a traditional Bordeaux style, for example. In this presentation, we'll focus on two broader terms of styles on the upside end of the spectrum, and how our decision along the winemaking process can tailor and impact the outcome of your wine style. The Bordeaux style Cabernet Sauvignon represents a classic Old World profile with predominant aromas of darker black fruits, spices, medium oak influence, and sometimes notes of green characters such as bell pepper. The New World style is more fruit-forwarded, exhibiting more red fruits such as black cherries, raspberries with combination of new oak influence. The universal harvest goal is to first reduce any underripe greenness in a wine, as this is often an undesirable character from a consumer's perspective. To utilize yeast selection in conjunction with tannin and polysaccharides products as fermentation coagents to assist in achieving your desired aroma and flavor profile. To utilize lactic acid bacteria strain during malolactic fermentation to achieve your mouthfeel and structure. And lastly, to maximize color retention and stabilization throughout the winemaking process. Here we have outlined a few decision key points during the winemaking process. So at the crusher, this is when damage or underripe fruit management, early color stabilization, and application of antioxidant or antimicrobial additives take place. During cold soak is a crucial time point for maximizing color extraction and early stabilization. Inoculation is when you tailor your aroma and flavor profile by your yeast and nutrient selection. During fermentation, you can choose to accentuate desired color, aroma, and flavor by use of fermentation coagents, as well as nutrients, which is also essential to ensure smooth and complete fermentation. At malolactic fermentation, the selection of bacteria strain and their activity will assist in fine-tuning the overall profile of the wine. And lastly, after completion of malolactic fermentation is when you take care of aging and storage management. Starting at the crusher, so one common risk we'll encounter is compromised fruit caused by diseases such as botrytis or powdery mildew. Botrytis is found in all major grape producing regions and is the dominant fungus in harvest wine grapes. So the lactase enzymes carried by the fungus can cause oxidation on color and aroma and produces more biogenic amines and mycotoxins. Lactase also depletes nitrogen and amino acids, hence leading to an initial low nutrient status of the juice. It creates a moldy character in wine and will reduce yield up to even 50 to 60% in severe cases. Botrytis can significantly weaken the wine's ability to fend off further diseases as well. The lactase enzymes is quite resistant towards sulfur and ethanol, however, due to the heat-sensitive nature, with a high level of infections, winemakers might choose to utilize modern winemaking technologies such as thermal vinification or flash to tongue to mitigate the fruit. and bentonite finding might also be able to reduce the enzyme's activity. Powdery mildew is another common disease, and some consider it as the most widespread and destructive disease in grapevines. On an average, over 9% of contamination instant in the vineyards could decrease the wine quality significantly, develops moldy off flavors, green aromas, and loss of varietal characters. The resulting wine often have relatively high pH and potassium levels, lacking mid palate, volume, and balance. Such damage to fruit also leads to some secondary infections such as botrytis. To control and mitigate disease infection, antioxidative and antimicrobial control at a crusher is essential. Here we recommend two Enartis products, Stat Micro M and AST. Enartis Stat Micro M is a blend of activated ketone with yeast hulls, and the ketone has a very strong antimicrobial property due to the protonated NH group at the end of the molecules. Ketone is very effective on inhibiting growth of any spillage microorganisms, however, does not impact the activity of Saccharomyces cerevisiae. AST is a blend of ascorbic acid, potassium metabisulfite, and hydrolyzable tannins with high antioxidative and antimicrobial actions. So the graph below illustrates the ability to significantly reduce the micropopulation compared to a control and another of our sulfur products. We recommend the use of such products as substitutes to a direct sulfur add, not only because of some of the disease being more tolerant towards sulfur, but also by doing so, you could reduce the initial potassium metabisulfite addition at juice stage, hence a slower accumulation and then lower total sulfur level when the wine is finished. Some other actions you could also consider includes, first of all, to reduce skin contact to limit the extraction of off aromas, and then utilize the Tenon products to promote stable color condensation and co-pigmentation. For this, Enartis 10 Firm Color is a blend of condensed tannin very efficient on contributing to early color stabilization and protecting anthocyanins and color compounds from being oxidized. Another common concern for Cabernet Sauvignon is the presence of green compounds, mainly methoxypyrazines and C6 compounds at the time of harvest. So they both contribute herbaceous, underripe aromas to the wines, hence is considered rather undesirable at high level for many consumers. For this, our recommended strategy is to first use AST as an antioxidative protection to limit any further formation of the C6 compounds by enzymatic oxidation of lipids at a crusher. Secondly, reduce the duration of skin contact to avoid the extraction of such green compounds, which are majorly presented in the skins. And then use either Enartis 10 Firm Color or Enartis Slime Color Plus, which is a color compound extraction enzyme to compensate for short skin contact with fast extraction of polyphenols. During fermentation and maturation, winemakers can also consider use of, for say, oak alternatives, as well as yeast derivatives rich in sulfur-containing amino acids to promote the conversion of C6 green compounds into thiolic precursors, and we'll go into details of this activity in the next few slides. Taking a closer look at the two products we recommend for maximizing color retention whilst reducing skin contact to minimize green compounds extraction. So as mentioned previously, 10 Firm Color is a blend of condensed and hydrolyzable tannins. It can be used during cold soak, which contributes to color stabilization and also imparts aromatic complexity by increasing fruity notes. Enartis Slime Color Plus is a microgranulated enzyme preparation used to increase phenolic compound extraction and improve color stability. How this works is that the cellulosic and hemicellulosic side activities accelerate and increase extraction during soaking, and the protease activity hydrolyzes any proteins, hence reducing precipitation of tannins and pigments. This product is also recommended for wines intended for long cellar aging to maximize color retention early on. Moving on to inoculation and selection of yeast. Here we categorize different yeast choice based on their major enzymatic activity. First, we have beta glucosidase activity. So this enzymatic activity is able to liberate the sugar-bound aromatic compounds, namely terpenes, which are responsible for fruity, floral, citrusy notes, and norsoprenoids, and these are more described as petroy, fruity, woody. From their odorless glycoconjugated forms to the volatile aromatic compounds during fermentation. Secondly, acetyltransferase activity. So certain yeast strains have the ability to convert the free branch amino acids with the presence of alcohol in the media into aromatic esters and release them into the wine. This activity is more applicable to a lot of wide varieties. And lastly, yeast strains with a high beta lyse activity. This is very essential to diminish grain characters. So yeast with such activity during fermentation and with the presence of glutathione or sulfur peptide containing yeast derivatives will be able to transform the grain C6 compounds into tropical fruity aromatic thiols. So in Cabernet Sauvignon, this would be aromas such as black currants and red currants. Based on these activities, we can choose our yeast strain wisely to tailor the aromatic profile towards our desired wine style. So for a fruit-forwarded New World style Cabernet Sauvignon, we recommend yeast with a high beta glucosidase activity to liberate your terpenes and norsoprenoids, achieving an elegantly balanced red wines with a strong fruit profile. Enartis Firm Q5 and Firm Red Fruit are both yeast strains with such high activity. And to further enhance the fruity notes, we recommend to use Tenon Red Fruit, which is a fermentation tannin in conjunction, as this product contains grape tannins extracted from red fruit trees rich in those sugar-bound norsoprenoids. For reducing greenness in reds, we recommend the use of Enartis Firm ES488, a yeast strain with high beta lyse activity and also excellent fermentation kinetics, in conjunction with Pro Blanco. So Pro Blanco is a fermentation coagent with a high manoprotein content and sulfur-containing amino acids, hence being able to convert that green compounds into fruity aromas. For a Bordeaux-style wine, Enartis Firm Vintage Red would be an ideal candidate. This is a yeast strain respectful of varietal characteristics and produce soft and structured wines. We have found that with cellaring and aging, this yeast strain produces wine that will showcase a lot of notes of ripe fruits and spices later on. Nutrient requirement wise, our general rule of thumb is to supply yeast with abundant vitamins, minerals, amino acids during onset of fermentation to build up yeast population and thicken the cell wall to encourage healthy growth. And then at 1/3 sugar depletion to supply ammonia, hence DAP, steroids, and fatty acids to ensure smooth finish. Enartis Nutrifirm Energy is the formulation of autolyzed yeast with high content of amino acids, survival factors, and thymine, and this is the nutrient we recommend at onset for early stage yeast growth and development of resistant membranes. Nutrifirm Advanced, on the other hand, contains DAP, inactivated yeast, and cellulose. So this is to be used at 1/3 sugar depletion to prevent any irregular kinetics whilst maintaining an efficient sugar transport system until fermentation is complete. For fermentation coagents to maximize color retention, Protinto is the one product that we recommend universally for all wine styles. It is a mixture of cell wall polysaccharides, high insoluble manoproteins, grapeseed tannins, and ellagic tannins. This encourages the form of anthocyanin and manoprotein color complexes. They're resistant towards oxidation. The metaprotein content also favors development of malolactic bacteria, which are successively inoculated. The supply of grape tannins at the beginning of fermentation, when alcohol content is not too high, will favor the condensation of anthocyanins and consequent formation of stable color. This product is to be added at the second or third day during fermentation. And as a recap, for grain characters reduction, we recommend Pro Blanco due to its high sulfur containing amino acid content alongside with the use of a yeast with high beta lyse activity. Another product to consider is Cabernet NC Red. So this is a blend of tannin and metaprotein created to mimic the effect of fermentation treatment with medium plus toasted French oak alternatives. Hence, be able to mask the grain notes by accentuating the oaky profiles. And again, for the New World style, we recommend tan red fruit in conjunction with yeast that has a high beta glucosidase activity. Moving on to malolactic fermentation. So MLF bacteria is often overlooked in terms of benefiting the overall quality. Rather than just considering the bacteria as a conversion of malic acid for stability's sake, you can actually produce aromas and compounds that will benefit wine quality along the way with the right choice of bacteria strain. We have two MLF strains that have different functions, ML Silver and ML MCW. So ML Silver has been proven to produce much more beta-domesticone and alpha-ionol, both responsible for fruity, flowery aromas compared to ML MCW. And ML Silver can also prevent or reduce the formation of volatile phenols up to 20 micrograms per liter, which is pretty substantial. Hence, if you're looking to produce a fruit for the New World style or wanting to carry out malolactic fermentation in barrel, we recommend the use of ML Silver. On the other hand, ML MCW will be more suitable for an old world style, which is more respectful to varietal characteristics and often doesn't mind the contribution of volatile phenols to create a little bit of rustic nose. Moving on to aging and storage management post MLF, there are two products I would like to focus on, Enartis Stat Micro M and 31. So I've mentioned Stat Micro M previously for microbial stability at juice stage, and this product is also very useful during storage to prevent development of unwanted spoilage microorganisms, especially when you're aging your wine in barrels, hence are exposed to a higher risk of contamination such as Brettanomyces. The product can also reduce your sulfur addition for red wines. 31, on the other hand, is a formulation of enzymatically treated inactivated yeast, contributes to protein, tartrate, and polyphenol stabilization. It is intended to mimic the effect of least aging, enhancing the natural sensation of volume, roundness, building up mid-palate, and improving the length of your wine. This can be a very powerful tool for a young red wine that has a relatively short turnaround time, but can benefit from some softening and palate buildup. And finally, Enartis also offers a very comprehensive range of finishing products, including tannins, polysaccharides, and Arabic gums as last-minute touch-up just prior to bottling. Here I've listed our top finishing products for red wines. 10 Cortichan is a lightly toasted French oak tannins that gives you notes of vanilla, caramel, spices, and medium toasted oak. This is compatible with Bordeaux-style red varieties and bigger body reds. 10 Dark Chocolate is a medium to heavily toasted French oak tannin with flavor profile of cocoa, toasted almonds, and hazelnuts. This could be used for an oaky Chardonnay and again any sorts of Bordeaux red varieties. Unica 1 is a roasted French oak tannin for more subtle structural and aromatic complexity enhancement, suitable for all varieties. Tan Total Fruity is a combination of cherry wood, grape skin tannins, and acacia wood tannins, which gives you a lot of strawberry, plum, cherry notes intended for fruity style red wine. Unico 2 is a tannin extracted from cherry wood with abundant notes of red berries, plums, and cherries, suitable for all varieties. And Maxigum is a gum arabic solution which helps stabilize color compounds and also contributes to your mid palate. Given the wide range of different finishing products, the best way to understand and compare their sensorial impact is to set up a tanning trial in-house. To make up a 1% tannin solution, so you simply weigh 1 grams of product into 100 ml of ethanol solutions around 13%, and you can get this by diluting a 48%. Sorry, there's a typo here. It should be 48% instead of 98%. Vodka, so by half twice. Then based on the recommended dosage for say a 5 grams per hectoliter, in other words 50 ppm addition rate will be equivalent to 0.5 ml of the 1% solution into 100 ml of wine. Lastly, I want to touch on Enartis range of organic products. So we offer a wide range of products suitable for organic wine production. Under the EU regulation, this means that the products are made with substances not genetically modified and do not come from genetically modified raw material or microorganisms. If you're interested in the list of products, this can be found on our website under the Certification and Declaration tab. Alternatively, we also offer 4 different products that are organically certified, and this includes Enartis Green Gelatina, which is a gelatin product, Enartis Firm Bio, a yeast ring, Enartis Green Nutriente, which is a fermentation nutrient, and Enartis Green Goma Varec, which is an Arabic gum solution. And this concludes our webinar today. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any further questions and would like to obtain more information on specific products, please access our websites at enartis.com, and we have a full contact list of technical and sales support who you can reach out to. Thank you very much.